Hey guys, so yesterday I said I filled out a job application and they actually called me last night, but what happened was my phone I guess wasn't working and I didn't get the voicemail until like 10:30, and she ended up calling at like 7, the lady in charge of hiring, and she said she was only going to be there till 10, so I had to call her in the morning. So I called her this morning and she asked me to come in today for an interview, and I'm really excited and I'm really nervous. I don't know, like I've never done an interview in a really long time. Like the only interview, like I said, was for the retail store that I had, and it was like a joke interview. But I actually looked up this company online. It's like a grocery store, as I said before. And I read what people said about the interview process, and they said it was really easy. So I'm hoping it will be. Hoping that I won't like freak out. I don't know. I don't want to come across as nervous, but I actually have to drive my sister's car there. I can't drive my car. This whole long, complicated story. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to be late for my interview, but I am more scared about driving her car there than I am about this actual interview. She drives a Camaro, brand new car. It's like a year old. I'm so scared. I've never driven it before, and it was kind of my only option. Like I could have asked a friend to drive me, but I didn't know how long the interview was going to take, so I wanted to just drive myself. Sorry that I'm not looking in the camera, but the camera's like down here, and I want to like flip it around so it's up there. Yeah, sorry. It's a little more normal to like look now eye level than to like look down. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. I wore my hair extensions. I have a shimmery eyeshadow color, and I just put on mascara, a little concealer, very little foundation. My top is from the Lauren Conrad collection at Kohl's. I'm wearing black pants and then this sweater. Tried to go for a very professional look. I took off my nail polish because it was blue and definitely not work appropriate, even though it's just a cashier job. I wanted to come across as professional as possible. I have to try not to touch my hair though. Yeah, that's my only thing. I love touching my hair, and it's really bad, and it's freshly washed, so it's like kind of all over the place. Okay, so I made it here safely. Thankfully, the place is literally like right around the corner. I drove so slow because you did kind of have to go on a major road, so I was like speed limit, paying attention to everything around me because the car is very small. Like it's very hard to see out the back window and everything like that, but I made it here. I have some time to spare. I'm going to sit here and now freak out about my job interview. Probably call my sister to tell her I did not destroy her car. But she was the one that was like, you can take my car. It's not a big deal at all. So, I mean, while she loves her car, it was nice for her to volunteer that I can borrow it. So, yeah, made it here though. That's all that matters. Now I have like 10 minutes to freak out. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay, so I just got out of my interview. It was okay, first I got there and there was people in front of me waiting to deposit bottles, and like some lady, I guess she was buying something and complaining. So I'm like waiting there freaking out because I went into my interview 8 minutes early. I didn't want to get there too early. And it was like 5 minutes, and I'm like, well, I don't want to cut the line, be the rude girl, so I'm just patiently waiting. Finally, everyone handles everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm here to see so-and-so for an interview. They call her, she doesn't answer, so I'm like, oh, great, I thought my interview was today at 2. I'm like freaking out, and they go find her, and they're like, okay, she'll be down in a few minutes. So she comes a little after 2. I go upstairs to the interview room, very casual. She tells me to tell her a little bit about myself. Couldn't think of like anything to say. I was like, I'm 20. I couldn't think of anything. I'm like, of course I can't think of a way to explain myself. She had like kind of like attempt to have pretty makeup, but like it was just way too much going on. So I wanted to say I love makeup, but I didn't really want to get too into like makeup and YouTube. I'm like sweating right now. It's like 100 degrees outside. I do have lip gloss on. That's what it is. It's not sweat on my lip, even though I totally look like I'm sweating. I am, but it's not sweat on my lip. So back to the interview, very casual. She asked me some simple questions. Asked me how I go out of my way to have excellent customer service, talk about my other working experience. She told me I'm making less than in my other jobs, which was fine by me, I guess. I'll deal with that. And she said she'll give me a call as early as Saturday, but it was a very quick interview, very casual. She asked me if I had any questions, and I know you're supposed to say you have questions when you have questions, but I couldn't think of anything to ask. I was very nervous. Like, it was a really casual interview. She was so nice, but I was still freaking out. I'm like, great, I can't think of any questions to ask. I was like, no, because she discussed salary, and she discussed all the stuff that I would have covered in like manager and training programs and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, whoops, but whatever. Hopefully it goes well. I will keep you guys updated. And yeah, I'm going to turn on the air now because I'm sweating to death. It is so warm outside. I cannot believe how hot it is today. I'm going to die.